welcome back to another energy reading for 2024. This reading is going to be for Indigo adults. So I'll see what we're going to get for you. And immediately it's coming through that there's going to be a lot of healing for you. Couple of age gaps here on the Indigo, so I'll just dive right in and see what I get. Some of you are going to be having children or thinking of having children. And what's held you back in the past is some people from an early age, some Indigos, knew they would never have children because deep inside them they knew they didn't want to pass their conditioning onto their children. They didn't want them to live a miserable life through their baggage. You probably didn't know that early on in your life, but something was there and that's what stopped you from having children. And if you didn't have children, that was a wise choice, because some of you, if that's you watching this, you're going to have more deeper work to do, or you've done the work already. So moving back to, if you're thinking of having children, is this year is a time to heal the violence in your body. Now you might be watching this thinking, I'm not that violent person, but you don't know what's going on in the core of your being, from past lives, from the films you watched when you were a kid, to just all sorts of rubbish going into your subconscious as you're walking around from day-to-day life. So healing the violence is key here, absolutely key. I'm really getting that, and I get it. I sympathise with you guys. I'm an Indigo and adult, and in my younger years, yeah, it was extreme because I hated it here. Authority, anybody in authority really used to light me up. I didn't like anything that involved restraining me. I'm a complete free spirit. And I'm also getting here, guys, this is the Whopper now. I've got the Whopper coming now. For you to heal these wounds in you, these violent wounds, we're so sensitive as an Indigo that the slightest thing can set us off. Someone said something, a look, just a movement from somebody, you'll get everything. So when you heal these big core wounds within yourself, people in authority and other public figures, police, whoever's in the world that's corrupt, you're going to feel, you'll be free of that. And that's really what Indigos came to do. You came to heal up in this world, and then people will pick your higher frequency up, because it felt like torture for you to come into this earth plane. So let's pick a couple of cards. I want to see what you get. I'm actually going to spread them out down here. And I'm going to go that one and that one. So I had to look at the back of them today. Alright, let's have a look. Right then, so how I see that is, you got the Hierophant. So how I see that is, can you see that there's a sun or a moon in that cave keeping it light? So you've got to go into this cave. He's looking out the cave there and he's looking at the world. But I see that as you looking, you're thinking of having children. And you're thinking about what you'd like in your life now. The universe is bringing things into your awareness for you to see. But I see that as you're in that cave still doing the work, and you've got to face what's in the cave, because there's nothing that I can see on that picture in that cave. And that's what you've got to face. You've got to face what's inside you, so you can deal with it instead of being it. If you are your conditioning, that's when all the patterns pass on to your children. So if you can dissolve these energies, that's what I'm getting here. And he looks happy. He's got his hands in his hands like victory, look. He's got his hands up saying victory. I'm going to be a triumph. It's good. It's all good. And you see the Page of Swords, pages of new beginnings. But I see that as you rising up above your conditioning. You see the bottom of that card there? Just hold it still. There's all mountains at the bottom and you're above the clouds. So you're rising up above the collective. Wow, this is massive. I do get this for a very, very few, only a few indigos here. There's a chance here, once in a lifetime chance, to be free of the collective. To have moments where you're free of the collective energies. So what does that mean? It means as if you've done a fair amount of inner work. When we go into the new moons, full moons and eclipses, you'll no longer watch videos like energy reading for the new full moon. What's it going to be in Aries this month? Because you'll be able to manipulate the energy and stay in your core being. And that's what I get from that card. There's the world and there's you above there. And you can see, you're probably not going to see it, he's blowing there out his mouth. He's blowing into the clouds and he's got the sword up strong. So I see that as you being your own person and not giving your conditioning to anybody else. So that's a once in a lifetime opportunity the universe is giving you. And you'll know in your being whether that resonates with you, to be free of the collective, to have moments. You're not going to be completely. What you might find is around that moon you get so pulled into your higher self that the world seems to disappear. It's pulling you right up into you and you'll know what to do in life. Very few people get that. And magical. That's magical. So are you going to be one of the ones that will face the violence in their body that ultimately is not you? So that's an exciting reading. So I'm going to shuffle some more and I'm going to see what's going to seemingly get in your way or what's going to come up, and it's going to be the self, you. This is funny. It's almost like I'm getting, I've not got time to do this. Well, I've got a bit of a shock for you here, if you're an indigo, is the universal life will force you to do the work. Especially if you're watching this and you're early, like you're just starting to have an awakening, it's brutal. So it's going to force you to do it. But the reward from the universe is you'll connect to you. You'll connect to you. And I'm also getting, it's wonderful if you can dissolve your conditioning and have children in this world, because they won't have all this unconsciousness in them. Because you did the work, and they're probably not going to know that the work that you've done on an inner level, but it's really going to strike a chord with you, that is. It's really going to strike a chord that you came to free people from their pain because you feel so much pain. Yeah, that's it. Whew, that got me. That got me. So you feel so much pain, but you came to free them from their pain. So let's see what you get. Made me emotional, that. I'm going to pick that one there. So you got the King of Wands. So how I see that for you is a man in complete stability or a woman in stability. If you're watching this, it doesn't matter. And he's got the torch, he's got the castle behind. This is a person that's done the work. This is an indigo that's free. This is an indigo that's in complete balance of themselves, that is free from the collective, who's free from the pain they were born with and the many times they've been here on earth. And you can do it. And there's a ram right next to him there. And someone's going to help you along the way. And I might see that as your children, giving you some confidence as time goes on to go with this. And there's also a man faintly in the background there, you can barely see them, waving at you. So that's your guide. You know, when you look up at the sky and you see the stars in the sky, you know you came to do something different. That's why you're an indigo. So, it's time for you to dissolve the violence in your body. And it's going to be uncomfortable. It might be a mega year of going into this dark night of the soul, you want to ever call it, but it's just what's in your body. Everybody's body's different. So the more you can go into it, or the more the universe seems to pull it up for you to deal with in your body, the more you're going to be free of those moon cycles. And the more you're going to be able to have a more freeing life here on earth. So go with this. You've watched this to the end. You know it's in your body. I'll see you for another video.